Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor, and today we are back in Zudrugund. You might remember on the previous episode we fended off an attack upon the commune. We defended Nar and some of the rangers, and Coronir was telling us how before the attack Nar became very agitated, started checking some shelves, and now it's our time to check those shelves for ourselves and see if we can get any clues as to what is really happening with the dwarves here. So the shelves we're looking for today are here on the upper levels of Zudrugund, even further up, I believe. I remember Coronir told us they were up here. Ah, okay. Oh god! Missed the missed the stairs. Didn't see that. Anyway, here you have the bookshelves we were looking for. What are we gonna find here? You have found some pages which have been hastily torn from a later volume, perhaps a diary or record of events, and seem to be only a few years old. Surprisingly cold for March. Our friend the ranger came by again today, and we spoke for a time about the situation in the north. His chief is on some errand to Mirkwood, but it seems to me that Tugon knows little of it as well. Nar has been in high spirits lately. I think he likes receiving visitors, though he does not always recognize them for who they are. Still, it seems to me he enjoys the company. He does spend a great deal of time in the mine. I only accompany him occasionally, but there are only so many times I can see Thorstone House standing empty before the melancholy is too much. Nar sees it as it was, I think, so I am content to let him visit it by himself. These periods give me time to write in my book, which is fine by this dwarf. I think tomorrow I will walk down to the coombe and see about picking more of the herbs I have read about. Perhaps I will make that brew after all. It will be nice to have Nar to talk to again. Alright, so I think that book was once again written by Hervin, Fridger's father, and we're talking about a ranger. Okay, Tugon, which is the ranger, one of the rangers we played as during the session play, the one that was with Aragorn during, the last part of that session play. Very interesting at that. What else do we have here? You found a stack of loose papers yellowed with age, which seem to have been placed back onto the shelf randomly with no regard for keeping them in order. And in the last month, a great number of the supports have fallen, giving rise to much concern among the dwarves, who have stalls in Sigil-Javal. A dozen of our stonemasons were directed to repair the supports, and trade should resume shortly. With these stonemasons went several wagons of material, chiefly unearthed stone, but also a number of fine gems, a gift to the dwarves at Kechel. We will see how hotly burn their forges and if they can work the gemstones into their craft as well as we are able. Judging from the state of the next page, it is even older and only a few words can still be read. Time we lost one of our own to the forbidden halls. They should seal it away and forget it was ever delved. Okay, this one, I have no idea what it's talking about, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. You found a book of which the cover is missing, as are many of the pages, but it has been recently read and was clearly put back carelessly. But the beast returned that night, and the walls all around shook with the sound of its fury. The doors were barred, but the bars bent with each mighty crash of the creature's bulk, and cracks began to appear along their lengths. "We must return its youngling," cried Selur over the din, and he leapt forward, knocking aside the warriors that braced the door with their bodies. The first bar gone, and then the second. "No, Selur," they shouted, but it was too late. The third bar fell to the floor, and Selur threw open the door. Old Stone Tooth was through the doorway in seconds. Selur was trampled underfoot, along with many good dwarfs that spoke against the capture of Pebbleward. It availed them nothing in the end. Stone Tooth thundered down the length of the hall, braying for her young, and then an answering bleat. It drew her down side passages and steep stairways, the flagstones cracking beneath her great weight. The dwarf sprayed Pebbleworth from his cage, and many of them ran. Those that witnessed the reunion of mother and child did not survive to tell of it, but the next day, when the dwarfs ventured back to those broken holes, all was empty. Old Stone Tooth and Pebbleworth were never seen in those caves again, and none now where they went. But it is still said today, when the earth shakes, that Pebbleworth is running beneath the mountains, expressing joy at his freedom, carving great channels in the walls of the deepest caves with his golden horn. Alright, so this one appears to be another old tale of the dwarves as well. Much like the other one that we read last too. So let us see what Nar has to say about all of this. Were you reading about Sigil Jabal?
What's that? They have need of more stonemasons at Sigil Jabal?
It seems every week they ask for more. Nar shakes his head, and his face is suddenly mournful. There are few enough stonemasons here to repair our own hold. I cannot remember the last time I saw one. The last time. Nar's brow furrows in thought, and he speaks no more. What can you tell me about Tugon?
Tugon? He is a ranger, you know. He comes to visit us from time to time.
Talks to Fridgeir when he talks, which is seldom. He does not eat with us, which I found curious. I have not seen him lately. Hervin, have you seen Tugon lately? Hervin! Nar sighed and stroked his beard. Has Hervin met Tugon? I can't say I remember. I think he must have, but I cannot picture it. That is strange. Why do you ask about Tugon? Not many rangers in this land. That's so. Okay. Old Stone Tooth and Pebbleworth.
What made you think I would be interested in myths and fairy stories?
What are you saying to me? I do not have time to listen to legends, friend. There is work to be done. What made you think I would be interested in myths and fairy stories? Yeah, but I thought my thoughts exactly. He was so delighted the last time we talked to him about this.
Oh, that was quite a battle, was it not?
Ah, it has been a long time since Urks dared to show their faces here. I must tell Thror when he comes back. Not much else to see here. Back to Corunir.
I do not know what interest Nar could have in these topics.
A list of repairs at a dwarf hold in the White Mountains, a page from Fridgeir's journal, and the story of some beast, likely more tale than true. I can think of no common thread to tie this together, just as I could not the last time we tried to make sense of the dwarf's curious behavior. Return to Halbarad and tell him that, for now, Zudrugund is safe from the Uruks. You should be able to find him among the huts on the western side of Lhanuch. And yes, we will go to Halbarad, but I think the time has come to meet Daervunn in the Mournshaws and complete the last area of Enit, because as far as I can tell, we are almost or like halfway through book 3, and what we're missing to do here in book 3, well, it's not gonna take us to the Mournshaws at any point. So yeah, I much rather visit this area, especially considering that for once I've been able to log in the morning, so we will have, I hope, the rest of the episode in daytime, and that would be fun. So what we're gonna do, actually gonna ride to Maur Tulau, because from there I think the ride to the Mournshaws is a little bit easier. Gonna dismount in here, I don't want to enter the town. So yeah, we just gotta find the road back and follow the road to the south that will eventually lead us to the Mournshaws, and from the Mournshaws, well, hopefully we'll be able to complete all the quests, of course. That's not a big deal, but all the explorer deeds that we're missing. Namely, the Hobbit lamps that I believe and I hope them to be on the Mournshaws, the ones that we are still missing. How far are we now? 300 meters. That's good. That's okay. And here we are, the Mournshaws. So this is a forest that has an otherworldly feel to it. I don't know, the bloom, the air. There's something in here that makes it feel not entirely normal. So yeah, I do enjoy this area a lot. Who is attacking me? Akunanun. Okay, you wanna fight? Come here. You have discovered Daervunn, and you have completed a path of the Grey Company and a new title, Ambassador of the Grey Company. That is a really cool title. Ambassador of the Grey Company, 5 LOTRO points, 30 marks. What do we have here? You have visited the camps of the Grey Company and lent them your aid? Well, to me, Ambassador of the Grey Company is something else. It's what we've been doing so far. Going ahead of the Grey Company to every location, gaining the trust of the locals so that the Grey Company can pass through. So I think this will be a good title to have while we ride with the Grey Company. But yeah, why not? Let us pick this one. 5 LOTRO points. Let us unlock the travel location and talk to Daervunn.
Greetings, friend of the Grey Company.
Beriathan, you are the last person I expected to meet here. I have not had much success here. The forest is treacherous and wild, and I do not know its paths. I have made the acquaintance of one hunter who will dare the place. Indeed, he rescued me from a pack of strange hounds just last morning. What little I know concerns tales of a gathering of lords in the forest. Wild spirits or some such according to the tales. But each story I have heard is different, save they all refer to a great huntsman who leads them. My hope is that they might be a hidden company of elves, hiding themselves from the people of Nanlaeghlin behind veils of myths and folktales. That might be a real stroke of fortune if we could find them.
May go on and stay a moment and speak with me.
Umfrë the hunter it was, who rescued me from a ravening pack of strange white hounds shortly after I entered the forest. Kunanun, he called them. He seems a good man, though when he realized I was a northerner, he seemed dismayed. Nevertheless, he helped me tend my wound, and I had hoped to ask for his services as a guide through these woods. He left, though, in search of one of these hounds that he said had been terrorizing the people of his village of late. Yet a full day has since passed, and I have seen no sign of him. I fear he too may have been injured or killed beneath the forest thieves. My leg is still not fit to walk. If you could find Umfrë and help him return here, I would be obliged, as I owe him a debt, and he may be the only one who can help us through this forest. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so here we have one of the lamps that we're still missing. Near Daervunn. Now we need to discover a hobbit lamppost near Unic Pool. And to that I say, I don't think we have found Unic Pool yet. So it's either here in the Mournshaws or I missed it entirely. And that is the only thing we're missing. And we will get the Grand Golf Chip emote. That would be cool. So yeah, hopefully we can find Unic Pool in here. Somewhere so that we can complete that deed, get the emote. Who knows, maybe at some point I will go back to the Shire and take that picture next to Auror's statue, performing the emote. That's fun. If you have not done that, I totally recommend you to do so. But for now, let us keep looking for Umfrë. Farthest Hunter. Okay, so... My thanks, friend. I fear the beast had the best of me. I must be away before more calm. I hope we meet again soon. Alright, there he goes. Now we need to meet him again at Daervunn. But yeah, I'm not gonna change my milestone yet from Nar's Peak. I think that one is quite convenient, so yeah. And it's not far anyway, so... Umfrë. My thanks to you, Duvoriat. These woods have grown more dangerous than ever in recent days. These commune that hunt and kill men and beasts alike are a terror from our old wives' tales. I do not know in truth what brings your people here, but I also in truth do not care to. Whatever your purpose, unless it is to bring harm to my people, I will help you if I may. How cool is the music here? So peaceful but yet eerie at the same time. So, let us pick the quest.
Do not speak the names of evil things, for you will call them.
If you must find your way through this accursed forest, then I cannot show it to you, for I never go so deep, but the Derudh may know a way. A few among our people are chosen to learn the forest secrets. Those that return claim to have communed with the spirits of the forest, but speak little of it. These are the Derudh of the Mournshaws. There is an ancient circle of stone in the northern reaches of the forest called Galarkul, where you might find them. Bring them some tithe of berries or the like, and they may grant you some piece of wisdom. Do not expect much from them, however, for they care little for Duvoriat like you. Alright. Now we're talking. Well, wild berries, there they are. How many do we need? 12 of them? Okay, and I don't think we will be able to avoid these wood trolls for long. And I believe they will open the very last Slayer deed in Enit that we have still not discovered. Back in the day, you could find groups of people farming this wood troll Slayer deed. Back when every Slayer deed gave you one rank of a particular virtue. And this wood troll Slayer deed gave you a rank of zeal, and there were not many deeds that gave zeal, so yeah, that's why people farmed this and other deeds, because zeal was, I think, the hardest virtue to come by before the virtue revamp. Now you just pick your preferred virtues and that's it, and I do like this system and the passive bonuses it offers. I think the LOTRO team did a good job in revamping virtues and making them valuable. What some people might not find particularly engaging is the amount of time necessary to max your virtues. I think you wouldn't have any issue capping your 5 main virtues. I think there's plenty of virtue XP in the game for that. But if you try to farm more virtues, like for example if you have 2 different builds, or if you want to give yourself more flexibility with the virtues that you use, then maybe that will be harder. Not sure about that because I think I gave up on the end game farms a long time ago. So yeah, I have not worried about maxing more than 5 virtues on Vinewolf, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the same with Beriathan or not. But yeah, I stopped worrying about LOTROs in game a long time ago because it's a lot of effort for it. Getting the gear and the build necessary to run the high tier endgame content. Right now, I'm just satisfied if I'm able to find a group to run it at tier 1, and tier 1 is easy enough so that you don't need the best of the best, truly. As many people say, the journey is the destination. The journey is what matters, and that's, in my case, doubly true with LOTRO. Exploring Middle Earth and seeing the books come to life, and seeing how the depths make this world their own and are able to add their own things to it. That's, to me, and to a lot of other people, what makes this game special. Bring the berries to the Derudh at Galar Kulk. Okay, we're not far. It's like what? Like this stun circle in here, I believe? Yeah. Who do we have here? Enit.
I have naught to say to you, Duvoriad.
Who are you, Duvoriad? How is it that you dare these woods and carry an offering in the way of our people? I do not care for your presence nor your presumption, but our ways are old, and I would not break them in times such as this. Speak then. What is it that you seek?
Leave me, Duvoriad.
A path to the south. Once perhaps, but not in these days. The spirits of the forest have grown wild and more dangerous than they once were. Certainly they would devour one such as you. I might commune with the spirits and speak with them myself, but there is a ritual that must be performed, and the things I need are dangerous to gather now. What do we need?
Calls me to ask aid of a Duvoriad.
The forest has been disturbed, and the spirit silent of late. I will summon one and speak with it if you can bring me what I need for this ritual. There are several plants that are sacred to the spirits, but the forest has grown wild and terrible of late, and it is dangerous to travel within it. If you will gather these things I need and bring them to me, I will perform this ritual. Then we shall learn the truth of both your purpose and the forest's anger. Nearly everything I need can be foraged from the forest, but the living bark must be collected from the wild wood trolls which dwell to the west of here. Okay.
You will not live long enough, I think, to help us.
The third ingredient, the second ingredient.
Aid of a Duvoriad.
The first ingredient I need is several sturdy oak branches recently fallen. You can likely find several in the forest to the west of here.
I do not know what aid you think you can give us.
The second ingredient I need are a number of sprigs of recently cut mistletoe. You can likely find it hanging in the forest to the north of here.
You will not live long enough, I think, to help us.
The third ingredient I need are some clumps of club moss. You can find it growing among the rocks at the edge of the river to the northwest.
I doubt your courage will hold against the evils of this land.
The final ingredient I need is the living bark taken from the wood trolls that wander the Mournshaws. They can be found throughout the forest, but needless to say they shall not part with their bark quietly, for they hate all who intrude upon their domain. Okay, there we go. To the north and the northwest. Okay. You did Wood Troll Slayer. We'll check that in just a moment. Come on! Stupid Wood Trolls. Hate them. Yeah, that's what I never bothered farming this did. Even though Seal was always useful back in the day, but no. Especially because before some of the class work, these wood trolls were harder to kill, they took longer to take down. And fighting trolls is always annoying, so yeah. Right now I think the only moment to come at this is when you can one-shot these creatures, so maybe after level 100. And as you can see, you don't need to kill that many of them. For the tier 1, you need to kill 50 wood trolls. For the tier 2, you will need to kill 100. Yeah, that's not much. But since you can only find the wood trolls in the Mournshaws, you might still take some time to complete this. But yeah, nowadays they are not as hard to kill. Mistletoe. Let us get floating names back on. I'll find this mistletoe faster. He's dead! What do you mean unproof it if he's dead? There was no Barghest attacking my legs. I told you that much. Bye. Six. Okay, 7. Yeah, that's why you need floating names. This one was below the ground. And just one more. Come on. Please. Okay, here. Okay. We have the mistletoe. Okay, no. He didn't drop the bark. Anyway. Maybe this guy will. Yeah, he did. We have the living bark as well. We're only missing some moss. Let us pick all the moss before we go for the branches. This one I wanted to avoid another fight. Okay. And oak branches. Come on, get up. Backpack, no, I don't think I'm gonna get that one. Wooden chest, no. Oak branch. Here. Mystic pool. Yeah, I think we'll need to come back to this pool later, but first, need to pick this branch. Yeah, you die. Now, getting back to Enit. Come on. Leave me alone, please. How many trolls did I kill today? 14. Not bad. Almost 1/3 of this did. Just by doing these quests. I don't know if I will be able to get that tier 1 did done before I leave the Mournshaws. We'll see. Alright, I got it.
Your presence has called the evil spirits upon us.
You have the oak branches. Very well, leave them with me and find the rest of the things I have asked of you.
I have naught to say to you, Derudh.
The mistletoe is fresh enough. Place it here. Do you have the rest?
The Gwaed is angered by your presence.
I trust this task was not overly difficult. The forest can be frightening to those who do not understand its ways.
I have naught to say to you, Derudh.
You have the living bark. It should suffice, though I would rather you had not returned. Alright, that's unfortunate, I believe.
Call the evil spirits upon us.
You have returned with what I require. In truth, I did not think you would emerge from the forest again, Derudh. That only means it is all the more important that I speak with the spirits of the Mournshaws. I shall begin. Very well, outsider, I shall call upon the spirits of the forest, and you shall face their judgment. I beseech thee, hallowed ancients, heed the call of your loyal servant. Outsiders have come among us to despoil this forest that we have long protected in your name. I call you forth. Come before us and render your judgment upon those who trespass among us. I have heard your call, Enit of the Derudh, but my purpose here is that of the Lord of my Hall. It is not yours to command. There are matters well beyond your ken unfolding in the world beyond these forests. The Huntsman wishes to see these travelers for himself. But they are not worthy to stand before him. We have served you these many years, yet we await them in the halls of the forest. I do not understand. You must set aside your petty prejudices, Enit. Far more depends upon this than you know. Please forgive me, I will do as you command. Guard yourself. Dark times come and we cannot protect you if you stray into shadow. Farewell.
The Gwaed is angered by your presence.
Enit looks pale and shaken. The spirits have forsaken me. Who are you, Derudh? What does it mean that you have come among us even as the forest turns upon its faithful servants? The Halbarad himself has never called upon the folk of Nan Laeglin. I do not know what this means, but I can neither help nor hinder you now. Go then and curse you. Speak with our elder upon Gwaed Brun at the heart of the forest. Perhaps he knows the way to the Huntsman's hall. I know it not. May you meet your doom there, Derudh. May the great spirits of the forest consume you.
I do not know what aid you think you can give us.
Go then and curse you. Speak with our elder upon Gwaed Brun at the heart of the forest. Perhaps he knows the way to the Huntsman's hall. I know it not. May you meet your doom there, Derudh. May the great spirits of the forest consume you. Look, I'm sorry, I'm not even sure what's happening in here, but there's no need to be like that. I mean, I'm just looking for a way south, asking for a friend, you could say. So now, how do I get to Gwaed Brun? Do I need to climb this? And if so, what's the way up? I don't think it's here. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Deserve most painful death. Stupid creatures. Alright, here we are. Gwaed Brun.
The Gwaed requires us to give welcome to Derudh.
So you have come, Derudh. The forest lords have spoken to us and said you would come. It seems they would speak with you if you are able to prove your word to them. Most odd. Oh, do forgive young Enid. She knows little yet of the Forest Lords. They have ever been of fickle whim, and she takes such things rather personally, I am afraid.
Even the Ucluth have need of help on occasion.
The last elder among us spoke of a ritual that might be performed here atop this hill. It was taught to us by one of the Forest Lords and is said to open the door to the Huntsman's Hall. He was quite old, and I was still a young man when he performed this ritual himself. I never saw him again. Nevertheless, if you wish to speak with the Forest Lords, it is perhaps the only way. Gather the essence of the Eludan that roam this forest and bring them here. Their anger is such that they will likely attempt to destroy you, so take care. When you have done so, I shall open the door for you, but you shall go in alone. I do not wish to share my master's fate, whatever it may have been.
As long as the sun shines, you are welcome here.
The Forest Lords may not heed our calls to Beriath, but there may be other ways to find their ancient halls. One such path may be through the old woman who has long plied the river that passes through Gwaed, this place you call the Mournshaws. No one has ever seen her beyond the boundaries of the forest, nor do the wild spirits of the wood seem to trouble her. We do not know who she is, save that she will occasionally allow others to ride the river's length with her in silence. I have long suspected that she may be a servant of the Forest Lords, but she has never admitted this to me or any other. Seek her out along the banks of the river. Perhaps she will help you, or perhaps not.
Hear me out, Derudh, for I have a tale to tell.
Our tales say that the Halbarad came to these lands long ago and that his power gradually claimed the forest, making it strange and dangerous to the unwary. But he has never pursued or hounded us, and the spirits that are drawn to him have rarely disturbed us, but now they have become filled with anger and lash out at any who enter the forest. These wild spirits have overrun the circle which lies nearest to the Huntsman's Hall. If they can be driven away, then perhaps we can beseech the Forest Lords to open the way within. Alright, so... the path is either to the south or to the north. Let us try first. Oh. First of all, I'm gonna take care of you. You leave me alone. So let us go first on hunt the flickering Eludan. Maybe we can kill some of these along the way. Another one here. And another one here. Yeah, there are a lot of this Eludan. Okay, so here we have it. The defeated the maddened Eludan, and we have all the shards of light. Now here is something I didn't remember, but well, let me show you. Because Tomb told us to look for the old lady to the north, and there she was. You might remember we crossed her before, but you can also find it here to the south.
What is your purpose here, Duvodiad?
So you seek the Forest Lords. They are here, but no mortal may approach their halls uninvited. It is said that the Rey Helbark resents such intrusions upon his court. Mayhap one of his servants might call you forth, yet the master of the hall may still find you unworthy and your life forfeit. Who can say? I can take you hither and yon upon the waters of this river, but the banks of it have become dangerous in these days, and I demand a toll for your passage first. The Kunanu who stalk this forest are not of this place. They come upon evil winds, blowing out of the graves of men to the east. Slay these beasts and bring me a string of their teeth. Then shall I ferry you upon the river's length as you please, though it does not lead to the Huntsman's hall. Okay, yeah, so you will unlock the Crone's Ferry, and that way you can travel between the north and south ends of the Mournshaws. But first, then, we'll need to defeat some Kunanun. Kunanun number 1, Kunanun number 2 here. Screw these wood trolls for the moment. I have no interest in fighting them yet. Now, give me just a second here. Now, I'm not sure if there is a quest that will take us there, but Unikpool, the place that we're still missing to complete the Hobbit Lamps deed, is relatively close by. So we can try and find a way towards it. The thing is, I don't know how to get up here, and that's what we'll need to do. I can tell you, am I glad to be heading towards Dunland. And I'm finding task boards again. It's been so long. Okay, so I think this is like the boundary between the Mournshaws and the Lich Bluffs. Yeah, I know that's a Hapurk. I thought it was a Bugan. Ah, why? Stupid monster. Okay, there we have it. Onyx pool and a Havet lamp. Beriathan, follower of the long road. Let us check that. And the Grand Gulf Chip emote, yeah, that's true. You traced at least a part of the steps left behind by the hobbits as they journeyed from their first home east of the Misty Mountains to the Shire. So this is Onyx pool, it seems. But nothing noteworthy here other than the lamp. So, Grand Gold Chip emote. Ticket. Chip. Let me take a look. That's awesome. That's so funny. Okay, so back to the Mournshaws and to hunting Kun Anun. Let us do that really quick so that we can complete and turn all these quests in before the end of today's episode. You resisted it. Just one more, come on. Nope, nope. No. Come on, there's got to be at least one around here. Yeah, that's right. So first of all, back to Tomb.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
You have gathered the wild essence I require. Very well then, I shall begin the ritual. The ritual should allow you to pass through the door into the Huntsman's hall. Whether you will ever emerge again, I do not know. Good luck to you, Devotiat. I do hope that you can find some way to soothe the poor Thanger. It is done. Okay, yeah, the door has been opened. Approach the altar and then pass through the stones. May the forest protect you.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
You have fought valiantly, but it does not seem that the spirits can be driven away by brute force. I feared as much. We must open the way nevertheless, for so we have been bidden. Okay.
Even the Akluth have need of help on occasion.
The door has been opened. Venture through it to the south and the Huntsman's Hall. Speak with whomever you find on the other side. I wish you luck and hope the journey is fruitful. Okay, so yeah, we use the stone table and that will activate a portal. But first, I think we can take the ride really quick back to the crone and unlock the passage through the river and then call it a day. Let's do that. Now let me double check as well, how is my reputation going with the factions of the area, the Algreik. Okay, they're doing good. The Grey Company, yeah, still missing 15,000 XP reputation with them.
Leave us alone, and we will leave you in peace.
Give the teeth here. Yes, yes. Very well, this will have to do. I shall grant you passage upon the river Duvoriat, but be warned that the Derudh here do not care for Duvoriat, outsiders, and the Huntsman has no love for mortals of any nature, so you must be wary. So as you see here, we can take the Crone's Ferry, and that'll take us to the northern side of the Mournshaws. So it's a cool shortcut to have, but now we only need to enter the court of the Wild Huntsman. Let us go back to Gwaed Brun, and that's where we will begin next episode. Oh, come on, gotta climb somewhere around here. Oh. And of course, someone was gonna attack us. But anyway, here we are, back at Gwaed Brun. So join me next time where we will visit the court of the Wild Huntsman and continue our journey through the Mournshaws. For the time being, this has been today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.